Ladies, welcome. My name is Raquel. Before I tell you guys a little bit about me, I'm going to go ahead and go over our mission statement. So our mission is to help women elevate by owning our crown in identity, creativity, and power to build fulfilling lifestyles through passions. First, it's so awesome to acknowledge the fact that we get to stand behind such a strong mission because we truly want to help see women succeed and also do that for ourselves as well, right? Such a powerful mission to stand behind. So as I said, my name is Raquel. And before I became a part of this amazing sisterhood, I was in a different season in my life where I really was into modeling and club promotions and just being seen as really, truly a sex symbol was my thing, right? And for me, I was known as Miss Dangerous. That was my nickname. So if that doesn't tell you much, I don't know what really will. But I was really just seeking validation and looking to be accepted by the community in a negative way, really, but still standing strong as a woman and without really knowing it, right? I was really about love yourself as you are and accept for who you are, but not realizing that I was doing it in more so a negative way for me. It wasn't really until I became pregnant with my daughter when I decided that I wanted to be better for myself. I wanted to seek better and just become a better version of me for me, my children, and just for the people that I got to impact in that life. I decided to truly love myself, and with that came proper nutrition. I decided to hop on my nutrition plan 3 years ago, and I lost a total of 52 pounds. And ever since, I've gained some healthy weight and some unhealthy weight because, we're not all perfect, but I continue to strive every day and I don't give up on my goals. And because of that, I've been able to love myself and accept myself and have found what my true passions are, which are women empowerment and fitness, and really just being my own boss for whatever it is that sets my soul on fire. I'm always striving for ideas to become better and just build my own business. I do build my own business part-time to someday soon leave the place where I work, which is where I get to build somebody else's dreams, right? Because I deserve better. Our topic tonight is purpose and vision. And because this is a safe space, we're going to share stories with you guys. And I'm going to go over our pledge and commitment statement. In my sisterhood, we call it our pinky promise. So I'm going to read this out loud where there's a blank space. You guys are going to go ahead and say your name and repeat after me. So as a woman of rain, I, Raquel, pledge to strive for excellence in my pursuit to be a strong and loving woman. I'll fight to be better in all aspects of my life with help and support from the Rain family. I'll be responsible to the tasks that I commit to within Rain and lay my integrity show through my actions. I understand that change starts from within. I commit to proper nutrition and fitness to the health and wellness of my body. As I look in the mirror to humble myself, I'll become a better support to others and always have the best interests at heart. I commit to the confidentiality of Rain and understand that the information I learn from my involvement will stay within our group. I will walk for the name of love in the best of my ability. If you agree with me, give me a thumbs up. Such a powerful statement to know that we're in a safe space. Let me just close my door so y'all don't hear my child cry. That we're in a safe space and that we get to elevate each other and hold for each other, right? So I have the pleasure to introduce an amazing woman who's truly transformed my life and has helped me and has really seen me transform my life and help me elevate and holds for me in so many levels. My amazing friend of 14 years and more, Amanda Marshall.
Yay, can you hear me, Raquel? Thank you so much. Super appreciate you. Your vulnerability to see where this woman has grown from has been absolutely beautiful. Knowing somebody for that long, us being in our 30s, just really, it's like that early 20s is when we met. Before that, like before we were even legally able to go out to the clubs. And so you could imagine the transformation that we've equally had on each other's life. And I'm just grateful for this woman because she's absolutely been somebody who's walked with me in my darkest hour. I talk often about an abusive relationship I was in, and she was that friend I would call to come pick me up, to kind of be that escape for me. So I'm just grateful that we have an authentic sisterhood that we really get to grow in. And so welcome, ladies. I'm excited for you to be on. Whoever invited you because they want to be somebody who holds a different light in your life. You know, there's so much going on in the world today, as you guys know, from from police brutality to, you know, the coronavirus, to racism, to just overall judgment and evil, you know, sex trafficking. There are so many things happening in this world today. And so it's really important that we're the difference. And I understand that people deal with things differently. We, you know, tend to operate differently in how we'll deal with struggle or chaos or hurt, pain. But one thing that I know is even in our differences, we can unite. We can come together as sisters and hold for each other. Really be a safe space to be able to share how you're feeling. And so I acknowledge each of you for being on here tonight. I know that with all that's happening in the world today, it's hard to sometimes allow yourself to feel some kind of love in a positive place. It's almost like some people would feel guilty to smile right now on social media, or smile in their home, or laugh in their home, because how can we when there's so much chaos? But I want to give you permission to feel the pain, and to also feel the victory. Because what I know for sure is that a lot of times in our darkest storms come the brightest lights. A lot of times in chaos, opportunities are created and a lot of success comes. And so know that God works all things together for good. And even though there's so much craziness happening out there, we absolutely can look forward to our future. We can look forward knowing that as we move past pain, past current pain, and past pain, we can step into a greater purpose. And what's your purpose right now? How are you stepping into your purpose, and how are you creating vision for your future if you're so caught up with a hopeless doubt of if tomorrow is even possible? And so I really want to bring your minds to the realities of what we're facing. One, to ensure that you know that we're with you. We feel you. We know it's not easy. We're with you in this battle. But we also want to make sure that you're able to not be so grounded by the evil that it makes you evil. That you're not so grounded by earthbound by what's happening that you're unable to look up and look forward and realize that you still have power, that you still have purpose down on the inside of you. The reason why you woke up with a heartbeat this morning is because there's more for you in this life. There's more for you than chaos. There's more for you than the government scams or whatever they're up to, the propaganda of the government. I don't necessarily know where your battles are or what your worries are at night. A lot of us have different political views. But one thing that we don't have different is a heart that beats and blood that's red. A mindset to be able to be better, to rise above the things that we've been through into a better place, a better light, a better purpose. And so tonight we really want to connect the dots between your past and your future. How can the past benefit who you were to then help you become who you need to be? In the transformation of the butterfly, we get to see every level, from the caterpillar to going into the cocoon to a near-death experience to then being able to become this new creature to fly. There is a beautiful process in all of it. And if we look so hard at where we want to go, sometimes it's hard to appreciate where we are. When we're looking ahead so far, we won't find satisfaction in the journey, because we feel like happiness will only come when the bank account is, when the house looks like, when the husband shows up, when the body is finally there, when we melt all of the butter sticks, right, to create the six pack. Whatever it is that you're seeking to fulfill you is something that, if it's external or if it's futuristic, then you're going to continuously be in a place where you don't find peace and happiness now. And so tonight's goal is to really bring the power around your purpose, but connecting the dots to your past, which is exactly why Raquel started it off so powerfully and where she came from. Because we can't really appreciate where we are if we don't appreciate where we came from. Sometimes we want to erase a chapter, but I want to remind you, sis, that the chapter was written in your book for a purpose. And we get to embrace every season that we've had. So those that don't know me, my name is Amanda Marshall. I started RAIN now about 3 years ago, and it really was spun off of my desire to help women see themselves the right way. I've had several different woman empowerment type of groups and events and different things where my vision has taken me further and further. And I can tell you that I'm at a level right now in my life where my vision hasn't been more clear. So it really started back, in my young, I would say older teenage years, right? When I was about 17, 18, 19, I was also a model. As you can see, this is a very old picture of me. I'm now 33. I was about maybe 21, 22 in that photo. And I can tell you that that was the life that I was looking to literally become successful off of. I wanted to be the top model in America. I wanted to have Tyra Banks change the height requirement so I could go on America's Next Top Model because I'm only 5'2", right? So I was wearing really, really high heels at that time, praying that people allowed my beauty to take me to the next level. But I got so lost in that lifestyle that I had to start wondering what was really underneath all of the lights in the camera. It's not to shame that lifestyle because I know some very successful models today and I have so much respect for the art and the craft that you really take on. But for me, I got lost in the identity of what I thought made me valid and worthy. More clothes continued to be taken off. And I started to lose sight of what my future really looked like, what my purpose was beyond the current moment. And I don't know where you're finding yourself today, if you're stepping into your purpose in a powerful way or if you're still clouded. But no matter what, I pray that this call gives you some ability to remove the clouds a little bit and to look at where you're at so that you can actually assess where you're going. A lot of times it's hard to see where we're going when we're so caught up in what we have going on and it's cloudy and we're only focused on today. But I can tell you that if you can take a moment to step outside of yourself and to take an actual assessment of where you are right now, I can promise you, sis, that you'll be able to see where you're going to go because your thoughts are going to take you there. Your circle, the people you hang out with are going to take you there. The things that you're doing and involving yourself in are going to take you there. And so for me with modeling, I was still had a very high love for women. I wanted to have my own modeling agency. I wanted to help other women come up in the game. I used to mentor young girls. After I was about 26, I'm like, oh, I understand the game. I understand how to play the game. The industry is rough. I started doing club promotions. I started getting involved with a lot of promoters and doing different type of events like that. So I started to understand the game a little bit. And I wanted to help people up on game. I'm like, let me coach you in this game. Let me teach you how to stay safe when you're going to your photo shoots. Let me teach you how to get to know your photographers before you meet them. So I've always had a desire to empower women in some way, shape, or form. But that desire has shifted as I've shifted. Sometimes God will change you on the inside internally before things start to change externally. And so for me, it started when I was doing club promotions, and now I started drinking Red Bull and cranberry juice with no vodka because I started changing internally before he changed things externally. My purpose started to shift and shape as I continued to just look at where God wanted to take me. I finally decided that I wanted to, after terrible relationships, a lot of stress, I was uncomfortable in my body. So here in the red shorts, I'm about 27 years old there. I lost my model body. And I really was lost because that was my identity. I looked at my beauty as a way to feel good. And so I learned at that stage to, the importance of taking care of yourself. Because I can tell you in the lingerie nights photo that you see, I was eating a lot of fast food, a lot of junk, a lot of Red Bulls. Even if I was eating, sometimes I didn't eat, I just drank. I was leading a very, very unhealthy lifestyle at that time. But I've been able to now drop 23 pounds, put on 27 pounds of healthy weight. I can tell you I'm in the best shape of my life today at 33 than I ever was in my life. And that's because my perspective started to shift in my purpose. I'm also a wife, so you can see my husband there, Izzy Marshall. He's absolutely incredible. You guys can get to know him more. So let's move really into the purpose of your pain, the purpose of your past. Are you willing to die in order to live? Now, this is a question that I consistently asked myself as I started to expand my vision in who I could be. There was a time where I could only see so far. And so for me, it was like I always wanted to be this really dope, powerful woman, but I didn't really know what that would look like how that would actually surface in my life. So it was just a dream until I was able to put some vision around it. But I can tell you right now, sis, that you can't expect to become a different person, to be able to become the butterfly from the caterpillar, if you're not willing to change who you are. And that doesn't mean that you have to hate who you are, but we all know where we need to start looking to shift to step into purpose. Are you willing to invest in yourself? Are you willing to self-educate? Because me personally, I graduated high school and that was enough for my family. It wasn't enough for my family, but it was more than what my family did. So I could only see so far. My vision was only as much as those around me. It was limited based on my circumstances. I had a single mother who took care of 3 children on Section 8 food stamps, and an older brother who is absolutely genius, has always been, one of the smartest people I've known, but he didn't graduate high school. Still extremely smart. However, for me graduating high school was doing a little bit more than what I was used to. My mom, my dad, they both got GEDs. My older brother, GED. A lot of my cousins got a GED. So for me, this was just a little bit more, but I can tell you right now that by stepping around people who have more vision, that are going out and doing more with their life, your vision also expands. But I could only do that by being willing to die to who I was. Because the woman that I was and the people I attracted and the people I hung out with were only going to take me as far as they were. So if you want to know where your life is going, I highly recommend to take a moment and really realize where you're putting your time. Are you willing to make the sacrifice for you to step into your purpose? A lot of people want this ABC route to your purpose, but honestly, it starts with you getting to know yourself so much, your gifts, your talents, and then realize what's holding you back from fully being everything you were created for. And so for me, I always knew that I had a passion for women, to help women. And it started where I was leading them to the club, but then trying to keep them from going and having one night stands. So I've always been this protective kind of person. Look, I'll get the table, I'll get the bottle, but none of y'all can go home. The wolf pack stays together. We're all going home together, right? So I've always had this protective space, this mama bear, if you will, that I've operated from. But I can tell you right now that as I've let go of the pain, as I've chosen to let go of the person that I thought I had to become, I've only been able to find power in my purpose of leading women, my purpose of helping women to see themselves for more. So what will help you fly? What fear are you operating from? Because a lot of us say to walk by faith and not by sight, but so many of us are walking by fear and not by sight. You don't even see, but you do things out of fear. So I'll ask you again, are you willing to die in order to live? And I don't mean die as in actually die. I hope you guys know that that's a metaphor for dying to yourself, for letting go of what you think that you have to have in order to really have what you actually were made for. And for me, I can tell you my agenda was to be America's Next Top Model, running my own modeling agency. But God had a different plan. And I can tell you right now, I'm more fulfilled today than I ever was back then. Getting paid $1,500, $2,000 for a photo shoot, I thought that I was making it, but I wasn't. I wasn't fulfilled. I always needed something externally to validate me, to continue to help me elevate in that field. But I can tell you now, I'm so in my purpose that it doesn't matter what it looks like. I'm walking so much by faith that a lot of times I don't see, but I trust God's mission, purpose, and alignment for my life. As I continue to be obedient to his call, I can step more into my purpose. So you were made for more. What are you willing to give up in order to become? Your past doesn't define you, it prepares you. How has your past prepared you? How has your experiences prepared you? Because I can tell you right now that every chapter of your life was for a purpose. And I understand sometimes being hurt and not willing to forgive, and not people not understanding your pain can keep you in a chapter. Even though you think you've moved on, the pain keeps going with you from chapter to chapter. Therefore, all you did was prolong the chapter that you want to throw away. It's a trick. The best way to overcome something is by truth. The truth will set you free. The truth can only happen if you're exposed. We have to expose the things in our life in order to step into our greatness. And so I don't know what it is for you, but in order to go to a new dimension of life, you're going to have to be willing to give up things. You're going to have to be able to have trade-offs. If it's disturbing your peace, if your peace is a high enough a priority, then the things that disturb your peace start to fall off of your list and off of your life, because you decide that peace is more important than the chaos. You decide that the peace is more important than trying to keep together friendships that don't serve you. So we have to know that stepping into our purpose, stepping into our power, expanding our vision, becoming women that have substance, it's going to require you to let go of things, to let go of people. And it's hard because we have a heart and we don't want to be those ruthless people, but healthy boundaries are required if you want to be the next level version of you. And as I prayed to become a wife, I didn't realize the requirements that it was going to take me to elevate to this new dimension of a wife. I thought that it would just be happy and I would be able to be cuddled at night, and that I would just finally have this safe space of knowing that I don't need to give my body away to another man that's not deserving of me. I thought it was going to be a peaceful place, that we had each other's back and there wouldn't be any struggle, but I was wrong. My marriage has elevated me. I don't get to spend as much time with my girlfriends, even though my husband's an advocate for me hanging with my girlfriends. Life is different now. I'm running my own business and I'm taking care of my husband and our daughter. I'm a bonus mom now. So there's another level of energy that's taken from me. I've had to let go and trade off things to be able to come up on things. But if we don't have our priorities straight, we're constantly making trade-offs that don't serve us. And it's not always about being served. It's not always about getting up on or being able to win. Sometimes I win by losing. Sometimes I win by serving, which my servant attitude, my servant leadership will sometimes put my desires on the back burner. Because if it was up to me, I would be America's Next Top Model. But because I chose purpose, I chose to face my pain. Because I chose to face my pain, I chose to step into my power. Because you can't step into your power if you're unwilling to face what the truth is down about you. Down on the inside of you matters. You have to care about yourself so much, sis, that you're willing to look at the darkest pieces of you in order to shine light on them. You can keep things locked up in the closet, but they're never going to go away unless you're willing to face them. And that was me. Just really choosing to rise above my circumstances, above what people said I would be, above my mom, who is a powerful woman that I'm so grateful for, but she had 2 kids by the time she was 17, married my dad at 14 years old. And no, we're not from another country. People ask me that all the time. Are y'all from America? Because 14? Yeah, 14. But for me, I was limited by my circumstances. But I'm telling you, you're only limited by what you choose to be limited by, because you can expand your vision. You can choose to step into more. You can create more vision. Look at your future. Look at your purpose. Have a thankful heart for where you came from. Know that you have dreams, goals. You are aware of the people you're surrounding yourself with. You're aware of the belief system, because the belief with your action, you're on fire. If you believe in yourself and you put your 2 feet forward to go and make things happen, you have fire. You can do anything. But half of the battle is belief. Too many people want things they don't believe they can get, so that's why they stay where they're at. Belief. What a man thinks, so is he. Your thoughts will be either the future of you, the success of you, or the death of you. Mastering your thoughts, creating more vision, being intentional about who you're going to be in this world, choosing to grow, choosing to give, choosing to die to yourself so that you can become everything you were created for, is what we're about here at Rain. We have steps to help you with how to create vision, how to make these awesome dream boards, how to sit there and think about the things that you want to do, but not just be a dreamer, be a doer. How can we then set goals? What action steps do I have to take in order to get there? That's what we do here at Rain. And so I'm not going to be able to give you all of that here on this call tonight, but I want to tell you that when you partner with us, this is the kind of conversations that you get. This is the kind of guidance that you get from sisters who love you, sisters who want to become more, and we know that there's enough room at the top for all of us. And I'm so excited for you to get to know the women of Rain. So now you're going to hear some testimonials, some true testimonies of how Rain has taken women to the next level and what you can get involved with. Now, sis, again, this is just an introduction. As you continue to get involved with what we do, you'll be able to get actual applicable steps to implement into your life that are practical tools. We don't just want to be taught here. We want to give you things that you can do in the way you rise in the morning to help you get to that next level. And so the first woman that you get to hear from is an absolutely powerhouse. She's incredible. Her name is Rhea. She is making things happen. This woman knows the power of her tongue, the power of her word. And she is absolutely manifesting so many things in her life because she's not only thinking, dreaming, she's doing. So let's give it up for Rhea. Go ahead and take over, sis.
Thank you so much for that introduction, Amanda. I truly appreciate it. Hello, everybody. My name is Rhea. I came into Rain about 7 months ago at a men's panel, which, by the way, is coming soon to you. So I came into that, and I was actually looking for a change. I just realized myself that I was in a place that I was not wanting to be at. I wanted to evolve. I knew where I wanted to go, but I didn't have the enough motivational self-discipline that I needed to move forward. And this is what I got from my sisters here. When I came in, I really needed discipline. I needed to know how to get rid of my victim mentality because I was divorced. I'm divorced 3 years ago now, so thank God. But so to me, that's a celebration because I see myself in the past as a different person than I am now because of the mindset that I have, and I chose to save myself. So with the support that I have from my sisterhood, I managed to lose 24 pounds and 7% body fat. You can see the difference there in 7 months, but that's only externally. Emotionally, mentally, like I have evolved into a better person. I'm more self-aware after going through multiple self-love challenges. I have became more self-aware and realized that the issue that is around me can be controlled by myself. Like I don't need to blame anyone else. I don't need to be a victim to the circumstance that I am into, because at one point I did put myself in these situations. I have to also get myself out. The only person that can save yourself is you. And I hope that you make that choice to evolve. And like Amanda was talking about, your path is needed for you to evolve and stop making the same mistakes over and over again. It's needed to connect the dots in the future. When you look back into your past, somehow, some way, it's connected to now. Somehow. I don't know what your circumstances or any of that, but sometimes you got to look at the rearview mirror like less. You know how we look in the rearview mirror when we're driving, like occasionally, but we're not staring at the rearview mirror. We're still looking forward in our windshield. So it's like you got to have that sort of vision. But I'm so thankful to be a part of this, and I hope that you join us to gain more self-awareness mentally, emotionally, and the results physically, trust me, is great, but everything else is beyond. So thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy that.
Hey ladies, my name is Jaleesa, and I've been a part of Rain for 2 years. I met Amanda when she had her P31 women's group. That's when I initially met her. And then we just stayed in contact with each other, and then she had Rain, and then she invited me to a workout. And I said no. I said no for, I think, a couple of years. I said no. I didn't think that I needed it. I was already working out. I was already eating right, meal prepping. I was like, I got this. I can do it on my own. But I'm glad that she was adamant about it because it was so much more than just a workout. But I didn't know that at the time. So been on my nutrition plan for 2 years. I dropped down 10 pounds, and then I switched out my nutrition plan and gained that 10 pounds right back, a healthy weight. But that part is great, and I love it. I feel like my results are amazing for me, and they were better than what they were before I got on my nutrition plan. But what's also great is that I get to help other people too. So that's a part of my purpose, is that part. But also another part of my purpose is being able to, or using my gift of singing. I honestly believe that I would have never even had the confidence to even openly say this to anyone, because I always kept that hidden. I didn't have the confidence to sing. No one in my family was encouraging me to sing, but somehow the Rain ladies found out I can sing. I don't know how, but they found out I can sing. But that's what Rain is for me. Like, they will pull on you, pull out your purpose, your gift. That's also in the mission statement too. Like, I've grown so much just in that 2 years. From just looking at my growth now, like from when I started to now, I would have never thought that I would be in this position to actually share my story. I grew up shy. I grew up quiet. I didn't talk to people as much. I didn't feel like my voice mattered to anyone. So that's how I grew up, just quiet. But being a part of Rain, I'm just grateful for it, because it really pulled out my gifts, my purpose. So Rain to me is a sisterhood. These ladies here will uplift you. They will encourage you. They will support you. They will pray for you. And that's what I've gotten so far from Rain. And I probably would be, well, not probably, but will be a part of Rain forever. But thank you. That's my share.
Hey, beautiful ladies. I love hearing all of the women share, because I know them, but I get to know them on a different level. So my name is Jenny. I've been a part of Rain for 3 years, and when I came in, I knew nobody. I was invited by a friend of a friend, and she knew Amanda. So when I came in, I was lost, broken, depressed. I was hurting, and it was really, there was so much I needed to work on, but I didn't know. So the first thing I started with was just doing my one-on-one Queen Elevation call, and I decided, you know what, I've tried so many other things to lose weight in the past. I'm just going to try it. And I'm so happy that I did, because I went from a size 24, I've lost 24 pounds from a size 16 to a size 9. And with that, like, physical weight being shed, the mental weight was shed. And I can honestly say, for like the first time in my life, that I love myself, I have confidence, and I'm walking in my purpose. Now, I will tell you that prior to this, I didn't know what it meant to be in alignment or walk in purpose. I heard it and it sounded nice, but I had no clue what they were talking about. And as I started going on this journey, and as I started to lose weight, and I started to show up differently, I speak differently, and held differently for people, that's when people around me started to notice. And that's when I took on the side hustle. And what that is I just help people do what I did. And I never was in it for the money, never in it for anything else but the impact. I wanted other people to know that if you feel stuck like I felt stuck, you can get out of it. So with that, I've just been doing the side hustle part-time. I was a full-time teacher in the inner city of Phoenix, and I loved it, never wanted to leave until I got to this year. And I looked around my classroom, and I just heard God saying, this is your time. You are supposed to leave teaching. Now, that is a scary thing to say. I'm going to take my side hustle and I'm going to take that on full time. But I just heard it so clearly that the classroom was holding me captive from my purpose for what I was supposed to be doing on this earth while I'm here. And I'm so happy, because May was the end. I turned in my classroom keys. I'm no longer a classroom teacher, but I know that taking my side hustle on full time and really helping people and impacting women's lives is teaching as well. I get to teach other women what I'm doing. So although I just closed a chapter, and I'm taking this giant leap of faith, like, I cannot tell you how scary this is. It is scary, but I'm so excited, because God has showed me the vision that he has for my life, and it's so incredible. And I know that I can only see like this much of it, but I know that like what is going to happen in the next couple of months is going to be what I need to show other people, even in my family, the vision. And as Amanda was talking, it was crazy, because she talks about like things that happen in your past. And I'm now noticing that like speaking on a call was something I never wanted to do. But then I look in elementary school, and a sport for me was actually public speaking. It was something that we had a group in Wisconsin. And I'm like, wow, even in 8th grade, God was preparing me for what he knew I was going to need in this day specifically. So I'm just so grateful that I said yes to myself 3 years ago, because I never, ever, 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 ever would have thought that it would have turned into what it has now. And it's because of this sisterhood. I built my side hustle, now my full-time business, through this sisterhood. They hold for me, they uplift me, they encourage me. They call me out on my ish when they're like, hey, you're not doing it. Like, what's going on? You said you want this, but now you're doing this. They literally have become my best friends. And 3 years ago, I didn't even know them. So thank you so much, ladies. I hope you have a great night.
Such a powerful share. Jenny, you may not be teaching in the classroom, but you're definitely teaching all of us, and I'm grateful for you. Hi guys, my name is Cass. I've been a part of this amazing community, well, for RAIN for a year and a half, coming up on 2 years, but I'm actually, just like Jaleesa, I've been a part of P31 with Amanda, and that's where my journey started. It started 7 years ago. I met Amanda through, I think I went to an event, and one of my friends reached out and we started going to her women's empowerment group. But at the time I was so lost and confused, and I didn't really know who I was. I was somebody that clubbed literally Wednesday through Sunday. I just realized the other day I used to drink like 2 of those big, like 32 ounces of Coca-Cola. I wasn't really a cook at the time, so I ate out all the time, but I was just truly lost. And something as I've reflected with being in RAIN, that's kind of been my journey throughout my life. You know, I'm somebody that's adopted. I'm somebody that lost my father at the age of 19. So I've always been looking for somewhere to fit into things. And with that being said, Amanda went to a workout and she joined this amazing community. And I was like, I'm going to do that too. Because again, I was always looking for something to be a part of. But this time it turned out to be the best thing that I made the decision to do. So I joined her on our healthy journey. I actually started my nutrition plan at that time as well. I lost 20 pounds in my first 2 months. I went from a size 13 all the way down to a size 2, decided to switch it up a little bit, get some gains in all the right areas, and been maintaining that ever since. And just really learning about myself. You know, this topic is so powerful. And as everybody was speaking, my heart was beating up because I've been somebody, like I said, that's always looked to see, who are you? I'm adopted. I was given up at birth, and I see my biological mother all the time. And I have to ask the question of why. And it's like, well, I just couldn't afford to take care of you. Do you know what that does to a person when you think somebody can't afford to take care of you but raise your other siblings, right? With that being said, the one closest person to me died when I was 19 for no reason, just out of the blue. And so with that being said, I've always been somebody that's like, what is this to life? I've always been a people pleaser. I have a master's, not because I want a master's, but because that's what I was told to do. And I was told to walk this line. But what this group has done for me is it's helped me discover who I am. It's helped me discover my voice. It's helped me discover where I fit in. It's helped me discover that throughout this journey, I'm a strong woman, and a strong woman in corporate America. And I get to empower other women. And that's what it's helped me to do with building a side hustle. I've now connected with other women. I have people that I'm their boss in corporate America, but I'm their sister in this sisterhood. How dope is that? Like, how many people talk to their coworkers outside of work and invite them into a healthy environment? I thank God for leading me towards Amanda that day. I thank God for introducing me to the community, because I don't know who I would be without that. And now I'm able to stand up, speak powerfully for who I am, help women that may feel lost, help women that don't know where they're going, and help them own their voice along the journey. And I thank everybody for pushing me through that, because that's exactly what you'll get out of the sisterhood.
Dang. Listening to all of you guys share, I'm like, this is my circle. You know how they say, like, you're the sum of the people that you surround yourself with. And not only are they like super beautiful, but just like powerful. That was amazing. So hi guys, my name is Kalvana. I have been around RAIN for 3 going on 4 years. Since the beginning of RAIN, I've been here. But I've been on my healthy lifestyle journey for about 5 years. So I started my nutrition plan. Cass, the girl that just shared, actually invited me to a workout to pick up my nutrition plan. I started my nutrition plan and I lost 30 pounds. But I gained so much more, especially plugging into this community and learning about like mindset, working on yourself. Like Cass was saying, who are you? Like, how do you want to show up and what do you want to create? So I am a full-time elementary school art teacher. That's what I do. I just finished my most interesting year yet with COVID and everything, but my 7th school year teaching. But within this space, if you look in the top corner, when all the ladies have the pictures of the lips, like having powerful women around me that encourage me to create something that didn't exist. So we've heard about like paint and sips and things like that, but like being in a healthy lifestyle, obviously we're not going to be in a gym setting sipping wine. That'd be kind of, you know, contradictory. So coming up with the healthy paint and sip, that concept, and actually not just saying that that's a good idea, but helping me facilitate that, you know, and helping me, like, we have Tay-Tay, like just pulling on everyone's gifts and strengths. We have a girl, a queen leader, Tay-Tay, who plays the saxophone, and she opens up our events. So it's just been amazing to grow, not only in results, but in events, and also helping, like everybody's saying, like the side hustle part of it kind of came along with it. At first it was just like, hey, are you meal prepping? Are you eating? But now it's like, as I'm growing, being able to speak life into women and help them create things that they see for themselves. So I also have the pleasure of going over some upcoming events with you all. So Monday through Zoom, it's so amazing that we have Zoom. We're going to do our first virtual men's panel. So we've done the men's panel before, usually in person, but this one's going to be super dope. We're getting questions from the women. So if you have a topic that you really want to hear about, definitely let the queen leader know that it invited you. But we're going to be doing this on Monday. So Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific time, we're going to have the men's panel, and it's going to be amazing. Amanda's going to be hosting it. Her husband, Izzy, is going to be a part of it, as well as 2 other very amazing men. So also, I want to share next steps with you so that you can stay plugged into our sisterhood. So some of you are returning to our Queen Connect, and some of you, it's your first time. So we want to have these steps for you. So if it's your first time, or you've been here every Wednesday consistently, we love to see your faces. Come back and bring more women with you. So just join our Queen Connects on Wednesdays at 6:15. Invite people with you. What's amazing is that the topic always changes. So it's always going to be something new. I tell people when I invite them, it's always a very motivational and inspirational conversation, but it's always very real. We're always going to keep it real. So the second way that you can connect is you can also schedule your one-on-one Queen Elevation. It's really just a conversation with the queen leader that invited you. Everyone that's taking this on as a side hustle, we really just want to see other women win. We want to see you get the results you want, whether that's physical, whether that's mindset, or maybe you're like, ooh, I really want to create an event, and I think that you might be able to help me with that. So connect with them, do your one-on-one Queen Elevation. It's free, and let's just up-level our mind, body, and soul. The third way that you can connect is just lock arms with the vision and the mission of RAIN. The sisterhood is unlike anything I've ever been a part of. It is that healthy girl gang. And my vision, when I see all these beautiful faces on the screen, is like, what if we were all taking this on and just impacting? Because we all know women that, you know somebody I don't know. Somebody's waiting on you to up level so that they can up level. So if you're ready to take that on, definitely reach out to the woman that invited you. Let her know that you want to be a queen leader, or at least know what that looks like, so that you know what path to travel on. So thank you ladies so much for joining the call tonight. Reach out to the queen leader that invited you. Let her know if you're going to be back next Wednesday. Maybe you're going to be here on Monday for the men's panel, and also do your one-on-one Queen Elevation. Have a great night.